Well, good morning. I think today we're going to turn us a mesquite vase. I like mesquite. This particular piece comes from my friends down in that winter down in Arizona and live up here in Washington in the summer. But this is a beautiful piece of wood. I think it's going to be something exciting. It's got lots of bug holes in it. The bark, I don't think I'm going to be able to have any of it stay on because it's mesquite and it just dumps its bark really easy. I'm going to put a woodworm screw in here and chuck this up and get a tenon on this side here. You can see there's a lot of deteriorated wood around here. So I think we'll be losing a lot of this. But yeah, I think this is going to make a good looking vase. More bug holes. Oh well. Let me get this thing chucked up for you and we'll get started. Okay. Are we there? Yeah, we're there. That'll work. I know I'm drilling that into the end grade and I'm going to use a woodworm screw. I think it'll be just fine. Put this on there. We're going to push F1. We're going to turn it down from there. There's 120 RPMs. Or 100 RPMs. I'll just put that on there like that. 580. And I'm going to put a face shield on. All right, let's see what we got going here. Smells good. Ooh, I think that bark may stay on there. Looks pretty cool so far. I'm gonna choke this down here a little bit more. I like this shape right here. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. We're going to choke this down quite a bit. We may leave a little strip of this bark on. Yep, I like it. It's turning out good so far. Ooh, this is going to be pretty good, I think. Choke her down just a little bit more. Pretty cool. I don't know about all this bug stuff. You know, it'll come flying out of there when we turn it on the inside. We'll see what happens anyway. So, let's get it turned around. I'm gonna lock this guy down. Unscrew it. Okay, what do you suppose went wrong there? Anybody want to feature a guess? I can tell you what I think went wrong. I was using the wrong tool on the outside of that to shape that lip. And there's another thing that was interesting in that little episode is, did you notice how much damage occurred when that thing came out of the lathe? Absolutely none. Didn't hurt a thing. Didn't go flying across the shop. Didn't turn into a million pieces. It just did its thing. It just went away and fell and hit the floor. And that was spinning at about 1,000 RPMs. So, you know, the catastrophic events that you can imagine in your brain, I'm sure that there are some catastrophic events that could hurt very dearly, mostly from stuff flying off the piece and, you know, hitting you. But the whole piece coming out of the jaws is pretty non-eventful. It's not a huge big deal. You just pick it back up and deal with it, and if it isn't broken, then you don't have to fix too much. What I did wrong there, write in the comments what you figure I did wrong, and let me know. I know what I think I did wrong. What I know I did wrong was I was using the wrong tool on the outside of that. I should have been using a spindle gouge or a bull gouge, and that wouldn't have happened. That little bitty tip is pretty aggressive, and it caused bad things to happen. It's on the outside of a situation like that. I'll show you where the catch is here in just a second. Actually, here's the catch. Here's where it began. And it caught right there and dug in, and that torqued this thing right out of the lathe. These things happen. Nobody's immune from them. Nobody got hurt. It's not a big deal. Let's get back to work. We'll use a better tool. Okay, this is just right here. Yep, you can see it right there. Okay, we're done. That's the part's done. I'm gonna be back in a while and take a little break. I think even in spite of this blowing out, I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna have to do a little CA glue right there. Yeah, well, my mistake. Okay, so here's what happened. My tool rest slipped down, and as it slipped down, I got too close to the side here and caught right there, and that's what broke that out. Little lesson learned. Still not giving up on this guy though. It's still pretty cool. I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. All right, well, I think it's time to finish this thing and put it to bed. Call it a done. So we're gonna scrape and sand and we'll just get this thing over with. We're gonna use, I'm just gonna scrape with this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna scrape with that. I'm not going to bore you with the sanding. I'm just going to get it sanded up and we'll get her finished. I'll see you when I get the sanding. All right, we're all sanded up here through 320. And I think it's time to get some finish on here, and we're going to start out with my favorite. Okay, we're putting on the Zinsser seal coat. Zinsser bullseye seal coat. And we'll probably do 2 or 3 coats of this, just to get it all sealed up and ready for a little paste waxed action there. So the inside of this thing is kind of deadly. Lots of sharpness. Lots and lots of sharpness on it. So we'll just do the best we can with it and it'll be fine. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot of spinning on this. We can do some buffing with the drill, but that's about it. So we're going to give this about 20 minutes to cure up, and then we'll put some more on. Okay, boys and girls, this is a second coat, and I'm using an old sheet to put it on this time because I want the coat to be thinner. That towel thing that I used before was pretty, it puts on a lot, which is fine the first time around because this wood's going to soak it all up anyway. But the successive coats, you want to kind of just get it on there somewhat thin. You don't need to go overboard on the shellac. And there it is. That's it. You just rub it on there, just like that. Now I'm going to do a third coat, But I'm not going to bother showing you that because it looks just like this. So the next step, we're just going to go over this with a Scotch-Brite pad. And I could do this with a drill, but I think I'm just going to do it by hand because it doesn't take a whole lot of scritching or scraping to get this off of here. You're just kind of knocking off any ridgy stuff left over from the shellac. So we'll just put a little of this Yorkshire grit on here. This seems to be my go-to lately. And you just rub it on there. And that really polishes up that shellac. Shines it up real good. So check this out for a buff and rag. Poof. I don't want to turn the lathe on to do this because it might want to go wherever it wants to go and take that cloth and rip it right out of my hand. So I'm just doing it this way. And it seems to work pretty darn good. Microfine, that's what they're calling it. That's what they're calling it these days. So and rather than waste a good rag, I'm just going to take and fold this one inside out. Same sort of thing. Same thing as before. And like I say, I'm not going to turn this on and try to do it that way because that could cause death and destruction. Well, probably not, but alrighty. So now we'll pick up the drill again and give that a quick buff out. Put this all away. And that's that. So it's just a rainy day in Bonnie Lake. I think I'm just going to use a parting tool and part this off with that. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. I'm not going to try to do some crazy hook it up on this side over here that's already not exactly the soundest piece. It's pretty, but it's not terribly structural. So I got this fairly consistent to about 3/16 or 1/4 inch. There's some lumpies on the inside. You know, when you're freehanding it, and that's free turning. I mean, there's of course tools that you can put it on a TV screen and watch the tip of your thing go in there and make it pretty darn smooth inside. This isn't that smooth, but it really isn't that bad. It's pretty consistently 3/16 to 1/4 inch. I'm okay with it. I'm pretty proud of it, actually. Anyway, I'm going to part this, and then we'll get this up for a presentation. is. All right, here it is. It's the Troublesome Mesquite. I don't know, what are we going to call this? Mesquite with a scary face. It'll be coming around and again. Fun project to turn. Little bit sketchy. Made a few mistakes. I don't know if they were mistakes, but had a few mishaps. I enjoyed turning it. I'm going to turn more like it. Yeah. I guess on that note, that's just about going to wrap it up for this one. I'll say thanks to all the subscribers. And if you liked the video, if you could hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. And if you hit the like button, that helps too. And yeah, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one. It has kind of a Halloween face to it. I like it. Maybe we'll use this for a Halloween decoration. All right. See you next week.